In 1842, a sea captain named Samuel Barrett Eads handed over $6,000, his entire life savings, for a creature he was told was a real mermaid pulled from the waters near Fiji. What he actually bought was the top half of a dried monkey stitched to the tail of a large fish, its skin stretched tight over a wire frame, teeth bared, fingers curled like it had died mid-scream. Japanese fishermen had been crafting objects like this for centuries, calling them ninjio, selling them to Dutch traders as good luck talismans meant to ward off disaster at sea. Eads had no idea any of that history existed. He believed, completely, that he owned a miracle of nature, and he'd bet everything he had on it. He shipped the specimen to London, then it landed in New York, where showman P.T. Barnum rented it for his American museum and built an entire fake identity around it. Barnum hired an actor to pose as a British naturalist named Dr. Griffin, planted newspaper stories claiming a genuine mermaid had just been captured off the Pacific, and charged the public 25 cents for a look. Thousands paid it in the first week alone, lining up around the block. The object itself was a total fraud, built from spare parts. The hunger to believe in it was completely real, and that hunger made Barnum a fortune. We post a new hidden history exactly like this one every single day, so if this is the kind of thing you like digging into, subscribe now so you don't miss tomorrow's. Then in 1865, fire tore through Barnum's American Museum in New York, and the paper trail goes cold. Some accounts claim the original Fiji mermaid burned that night along with thousands of other exhibits. Others insist it was quietly sold or moved before the flames ever reached it. Either way, no clean record survives past that fire, and historians still argue about which version is true. And yet mermaid specimens matching that exact same construction started surfacing in museum collections decades later, in Boston's Peabody Essex, in London's Horniman Museum, and in a small archive in Banff, Canada. Each institution has, at different points, implied theirs might be the very one Eads bought in 1842. None has ever proven it. The stitching, the monkey jaw, the fish scales, they're nearly identical across every surviving specimen, because the same handful of Japanese workshops mass-produced these things for the export trade for decades. Forensically, there may be no way left to tell which fake is the original fake. Comment below if you'd want to see one of these in person. Eads died believing he'd owned something extraordinary, and his family spent years afterward fighting just to recover the money he'd sunk into a stitched-together monkey and fish. The thing that quietly ruined him is still touring the world today in glass display cases, still pulling in crowds who lean in close to study its teeth, and not one museum on Earth can say for certain whose hands actually built the specimen they're holding. Subscribe and tap the bell, because tomorrow's cover-up is even stranger than this one.